What up, people, and welcome to another episode of Social Moments, where we deal with all kinds of online trends. So I think I speak for everyone when I say the Akufo-Addo NPP government has done amazing in the tourism sector. I mean, if you don't agree with it, then you are just political party color blinded, or we are bait for real. It's as simple as that. But with that said, this should have never happened.
Man, hold up. I gotta chill.
Yep, so Meek has taken over the, airwaves of Ghana, social media, traditional media, newspaper, everywhere. He is the talk of the town for shooting a music video or a music clip, a short clip in the Jubilee house, which is pretty much the Ghanaian version of the White House. Something that has divided the public. Most people seem to, think that this shouldn't have happened. Other people see nothing wrong with it, even think that, it's a step in the right direction, and it's part of Meek Mill's attempt to join the diaspora in Africa, which is great. But sometimes something bad can come out of having a good intention or trying to do something good, and that's exactly what happened here. My problem per se, any video, no, that's for real. Whatever happened, it cannot be changed or nothing. Whatever happened. But I'm afraid of the precedence it's setting. That is what every sane Ghanaian should be concerned about. Because Meek in several apologies, I'm sure you've come across it by now, says he didn't mean to do anything wrong. And one of the apologies are replying to Jubilee, a Ghanaian actress, who replied Meek saying, most of the anger isn't even directed at him, or he's not the problem. And that is in fact the truth. Meek isn't even the problem. And Meek says the presidency or the Flagstaff House and its staffers didn't even know they were shooting the video, because it was one small camera and a child. And that part be my problem personally, for real, because it's scary how somebody can come into the Flagstaff House to do something, and the people who are there are not even aware about it. Again, every single Ghanaian Bia or Dajuni Bia should be concerned about this, because it pretty much shows our lack of security. The Jubilee House or the Flagstaff House is the embodiment of our sovereignty as a country. And if somebody can come there and do something without the people, the workers, the security or whatever there, without even them realizing, say, this is what the person is doing, and they just permit it, and you are a Ghanaian and you think that this is, another subject to play politics with, to do NPP and NDC with, and you are not even concerned about this, you should really start to rethink it. Because of recent, we've heard terrorists hovering around our border, our neighboring countries, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, the Nigeria, Boko Haram, they are encroaching every minute to our territory. And again, the embodiment of our sovereignty as a country, the Jubilee House, lapse in security without even realizing that somebody came there to do something there, without them even realizing it. And you think this is not serious, Charlie? Make you rethink. For real, Charlie, make you rethink. Because this goes to show how unserious we are as a country, how lackadaisical we are with our security issues, how unserious we are with it. I mean, Charlie, we can say but these are telltale signs. You think Ghanaians or only good people have access to the internet? You think this thing where they happen, most by chance? Some of them people, some of those extreme people, terrorists and all of those bad people, you think some of them haven't chanced upon this? And if they attempt to make a move at Ghana, you think they will not realize how easy, how simple it is for them to do whatever they plan to do without us even realizing it? And again, and you sit there and you think this ain't a serious issue for anybody to worry about. Rethink them. And I heard, I'm not sure if this is confirmed by speculations on Twitter. I haven't seen any reputable source saying he said this, but Kojo Oponkroma, the Minister of Information, I know it's alleged, but I'm still saying it because these are politicians, and so on. He said there's nothing wrong with it because the White House is used for shooting movies and etc. Again, this is alleged, so I'm not gonna give so much weight to it. But him aside, there are a lot of Ghanaians out there who've expressed similar opinions about this whole situation, and it's Charlie any would have grown people, like you are on the internet trolling people, they be at 24/7 with data. So TikTok near there, you can't even take a couple of seconds to make research on Google keke na check some of these facts. You actually believe that they use the White House. Do you know a more security conscious country than America, and you think that they allow people, actors for that matter, where anybody can infiltrate them, to come to the White House to shoot movies? Do you know how many movies has the White House in it? And we 10 and 7 at least, it's like something bad happening in the White House. Those movies being under attack, terrorists trying to bomb it, explosions and all kinds of craziness. So what do you really think happens whenever these movie makers want to shoot a movie in the White House? So they just go and say, Mr. President, I was gonna try to do the voice, but I can't even because how crazy this whole thing is. You know, be laughing matakra. You think when they need to shoot a movie or whatever, they go and ask Biden or Trump or Obama or Bush, all of those people who came before them, all of those movies in the White House that has been shot throughout decades. You think they go there and tell the president, say, yeah, be a movie, and the president just what? Give them permission to use the White House, and they be shooting guns and bombing the place? Nah, seriously, we're grown up. Even if you don't know, crap. How do you even sit down and think that those movies are actually real? It's a movie, for goodness sake. Some of these things you can make like simple deduction from it. No wonder why we watch the Chewa movies and them things, you know, and the next thing you know, no be a kobone mami bayi. Because if you actually believe the things you see in the movie is real life, this kind of things you end up believing in. It's completely insane. And stop using that picture of Meek Mill in the White House as an excuse. It's a picture. Matter of fact, the White House has people visiting there. You are allowed to go there, you know, excursion and all of that. But you think their security are so relaxed that they let anybody come into the White House, say, so much so that the person can actually enter the Oval Office, which is the President's office of America, and go there and stand behind the podium. You think Americans will allow anybody, but the celebrity or not, to come to the flag, to come to the White House, enter the Oval Office, go and sit in Biden's chair on the podium to address the people and make a video? Do you really believe that? And also to my diasporan people, to Americans and all of that, I've seen in Meek Mill's apology, Americans underneath it are like pissed off and saying, you know, he should stop wasting his time on Africans. They don't need Africans and blah, blah, blah. Great, you don't need us, we don't need you either. But that's not even the point. This is not about you. Like Jubilee said, they are not angry at Meek Mill. This is not about Meek Mill. This is not about America. This is not about you. You think you can sit in America and see, say, it's unfair that you people are being treated like second-rate citizens of your own country, but you think it's wrong for Ghanaians to complain about the same? Because most Ghanaians cannot even do some of the crazy things he did when he came here, including this video. He came here, rode motorbikes in the middle of our roads, doing wheelies and all kinds of crazy stunts with a woman on the back. Ghanaians drive a motorcycle without wearing a helmet, they get arrested. These are some of the things the average Ghanaian is complaining about. They're saying about you. Not everything in this world is about you. You don't need us, we know they need you either. He had a sit down with Akufo-Addo and boldly told him that he had bags of weed in his pocket.
$10 in my pocket. I had 2 bags of marijuana in my pocket. I never really believed in selling crack. And my friends really started hanging out with each other, and I got to know him. I scaled him because I don't know any powerful, successful white men. I never had. I asked him one day because I knew he was extremely powerful from me viewing him, and I asked him, I said, could you come to court with me? He came in the back and told me that he wouldn't leave me back there. He swore to get these type of people supporting me.
He boldly told the president of Ghana that in a conversation, guess what? A Ghanaian musician cannot do that. A Ghanaian musician was arrested and did time for smoking marijuana. Did time in prison for smoking weed. And this is a musician who sat across the president of this land and boldly told him this. I mean, I get it. You know, he was telling us a story, context and everything, but that's not even the point. The point is that most Ghanaian musicians will not even have the chance to sit down with the president, let alone be bold enough to actually talk about weed and such things with the gentleman of the land. That's the kind of issues Ghanaians are complaining about. That Ghanaians are not treated well in their own home. They are treated like second-rate citizens. That is the kind of issues Ghanaians are complaining about. This ain't about you Americans. This is not about needing us again. You don't need us, we don't need you either. This ain't even about Meek Mill. So stop getting into your feelings. You don't want to visit Ghana because of this or whatever. That be your business. We don't really care. And yet a Ghanaian, he has a Facebook friend who is a professional photographer, Ajimandu Akweku Jr., a professional photographer, and he wanted to, shoot photographs of a bridge in Ghana. I don't know which bridge, but the most popular one or the most recognizable one is the Adome Bridge. So I'm gonna assume it's that one. It doesn't even matter if it's not. But basically, this guy tried to shoot photographs of a bridge, and he actually needed to seek permission. He needed permits to shoot freaking photographs of a bridge. And what did they do? He had to seek permission from the police, and the fire service even had to come inside and whatnot. And this was just for a photograph. I mean, they might as well have had the army, the military, and an ambulance. I mean, if you're gonna go over the top, commit and go over the top. And this is the Ghanaian photographer. He needed to seek all these kinds of permission to be able, as a citizen of this country, to take a picture of a bridge. Imagine you as Americans, the Brooklyn Bridge, San Francisco Bridge, or whatever, and you taking a picture in your own country as a citizen, and they tell you need permits and all kinds of crazy things. In your own country, these are some of the things Ghanaians are complaining about. It ain't about Meek Mill, it ain't about you Americans or being foreigners or blah blah blah, whatever bad blood you think Africans hold against you. It ain't even about that. Again, the topic of, they even do that in American movies. Charlie, do some research, get off Facebook, Twitter, TikTok with their unnecessary rants and whatever. Sometimes educate yourself. Those movies are not even real, they are cap. Like, if you think it's so easy to step on American soil and do whatever you want, go to the embassy. I mean, the one in Ghana here, no, and go anywhere. The one in Accra, American embassy, they consider that building part of their country, an extension of their country. The soil, the land that building is set on, they consider that a part of America. For fun, enter the place, and I don't mean even enter the edifice, like you go into the office. No, enter the compound. No, call an electric camera so could you take a photo and video, and see if the Americans there at the embassy are gonna allow you to do whatever you please, and then come back and tell us. Matter of fact, don't even come back and tell us. Only wadam for now when you have been called. Man phone, no engineer gates now, bonting on record whatever will happen, and come show us if they will allow you. If you will not end up in prison, having to pay a fine or some crazy thing like that. You think, say, everything is so easy like that, where you people have no sense of respect, no sense of dignity. You allow people to come into your space and do whatever they want, and you consider it for there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And their eyes on this country, there are bad people watching from corner. We've been alerted in last year, says some of these terrorist people, they plan to make an attempt on our soil, on Ghana. And you think some of these security lapses is not a concern for people to agitate about her. Charlie, make you rethink them. Because you're serious. For real, you're serious. But yeah, on the lighter side of this whole thing, Meek Mill now, he has apologized. See that he erred in what he did. If you no get sense where you did somewhere, you go defend this. It be your own matter. So you go take them do MPP and NDC banter and politics. But on the funny side, some people are saying, say, I'm a Kiaba say, TG Omori. Say Jubilee House, we come in. Amakia Babrese say he go try, say she go shoot movie in the Jubilee House. I mean, that's what some of these MPP people are allowing us to believe. Say, it's so easy and accessible that they will even allow a Ghanaian to do it. Honestly, if I had the means, I would have, put my money to the test. But unfortunately, I don't. So I really hope Tijo Mori, I know that one is joking, but I'm a kid, Bebrese. I hope she really does. She and whatever other musician or movie maker, I hope they really try to make an attempt to use the president's office, his bedroom, his toilet, his whatever in their music video or movie. And let's see if the place is as accessible as they would like us to believe to the ordinary Ghanaian. Yeah, until then, this has been Social Moment. Charlie, if you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe. Catch you later. Let me know what you think about this whole craziness, of course, as usual.